in not knowing how long it would take for things that are starting to happen now to happen enough that we, say, as a company, could survive. So I never knew exactly how quickly things would happen, but of course, and I think everybody feels it now, it's so nice to be on the other side, at least, of the existence proof, as we might say, right? That there is enough of a fire started, enough of a virtual world created, enough of you, enough of all of us now, enough activity, enough economy, enough content, that I think what we have here is now irreversible. So it's a nice time. I always think about things in a different light because of that feeling of irreversibility. I think that what has happened is not stoppable at this point. What virtual worlds are going to become, what Second Life is going to become, is kind of has passed a critical juncture where it can't go. I always think that's nice. That's a nice thought. You know, I think some of that, and I think Anna's going to talk about this more. You know, it's hard. Growing and creating a virtual world is difficult. We're all doing it together. There's enormous challenges. Some of the competitive things that have happened, and sort of the products that are sort of cousins of Second Life, I think demonstrate how hard the progress is in all this. But personally, I guess as an entrepreneur and an inventor, I just find that inspiring. These are tough problems, and we'll keep solving them. And I get to solve them, as I'll talk about later, I get to solve them even more. I found this on my computer heading out here. How many people know where the word Linden comes from? Everybody. You guys are being proud. I'm not even going to show any pictures. You guys don't see all this screenshots. That is 333 Linden Alley in Hayes Valley, San Francisco, California, and that is my motorcycle parked out in front, and that's probably from about 2001 or something. But that's the warehouse where we were until we had about 15 people. I went back there 2 days ago. It's a Moroccan furniture store, so stop by. There's a conveyor belt on the right side that we used to ride up bodily for fun from the first to the second floor, and it's still there. Really cool. So, looking back a little bit, I mean, last year, I guess what I could say is last year when I was here, I had the Missing Image t-shirt saying that we had to work harder to get out of your way, was what I said, to let the world, scale and work well. And, we had become sort of less of a feature, if you will, in the progress and pathway of Second Life. And I think that we've made some good progress there. I'm not going to bring up the slide and quote any numbers. You guys see all our discussions on that. But I think that we've done some really good work around that. I mean, we have made Second Life more stable. We have managed to keep it scaling. We have made a lot of changes in the company and some of our processes and our organization, and explicit changes like improvements in frame rate, reductions in crash rates, and simulator stability. We have made some pretty good progress. And I think as a small company, I feel pretty good about that. I feel a lot less stressed this year than I did last year, standing in front of everybody. And of course, one of those changes that is just an absolute delight for me, that I didn't talk about when I was on stage in Chicago, but that I was thinking about a little bit, was that I replaced myself. So that's a pretty big deal. And I think that's a huge part of healthy change, and it's the kind of thing that it was part of what we, it was one of the things that was able to really help us. I wanted to talk about that a little bit and embarrass Anne and Mark a little bit before he gets up here. But this has just been such a great transformation for me. I was able to find someone who shares with me the kind of wonder and excitement and even a bit of the sort of eccentricity and magic that you need to do what we're doing, but has a kind of an inexhaustible energy for growing the company and scaling Second Life and sustaining it in ways and with skills and energy levels that I just don't have. And so by having Mark here, I've been able to. I'm suddenly freed up. He's been here for about 3 months now, and as any Linden out there will tell you, his learning rate and his comprehension rate and the speed at which he's come completely up to the present in terms of his knowledge of everything we're doing has been just frightening and wonderful. It has completely achieved for me the dream that I had, which was to be able to get back to being primarily an innovator and an inventor and an explorer and playing around at the edges of and in the parts of Second Life where I thought that I could make the greatest changes. And I'll talk a little bit about that, about what I'm doing. But I cannot thank Mark enough for you'll see us when we're here. We talk all the time. It's just the most fun person for me to talk to. So that has really been fun. But yeah, we've come a long way from Linden out. This is like a twirling picture. I don't know where to find this stuff. I just could not believe this picture. Absolutely crazy. But you know what this picture makes me think? Fundamentally, what's Second Life all about? You ever had a dream? You ever had a dream, like an actual dream that sort of had a hyper reality to it? Like you actually